Hello everyone, this is Sivarth. Welcome back to Revision IS. Here today we will discuss a PYQ from Civil Service Mains Exam 2025. We have taken GS paper 2 and the question reads like this, that discuss the corrupt practices for the purpose of RPA 1951, analyze whether the increase in the assets of the legislature and their associates disproportionate to their known source of income would constitute undue influence and consequently a corrupt practices. In simply, the question asks about कि under RPA 1951, what are the corrupt practices, or how or in the law RPA what all constitute corrupt practices. Okay, then the second part of the question talks about कि suppose the legislature, for example MLA or MP, okay, his income is 100 rupees, okay, and it is found that there is an increase in the asset, like suppose 500 rupees, okay, worth asset. So it is asking that this increase, okay, this disproportionate increase would constitute a corrupt practices under RPA or not. Okay, so see how the source we have taken only is mains PYQ. Okay, very good source. Core demand of the question, what are the corrupt practices under RPA 1951. Then it asked about it is asking to analyze. Okay, so analyze whether the disproportionate income is a corrupt practices under RPA. Okay, under RPA it will be corrupt only when it is it has a voter interference. Otherwise mere increase in the asset can fall under different acts, not necessarily under, it will come under RPA 1951. Okay, so this is how we have to analyze under two broad heading. Yes, it is influencing voters, so it will be a corrupt practices. No, mere increase in the asset not necessarily will come under RPA 1951. It may come under other act. Okay, so let's see how the introduction has been given in the model answer. The RPA 1951 defines corrupt practices to safeguard free and fair elections. Free and fair elections, you know, it is a like whenever we read topic about election commission, okay, so this is a common keyword or phrases, free and fair elections. However, its narrow scope raises questions on whether disproportionate asset growth of legislators amounts to undue influence. If you observe the question, the language of the question and the language of the introduction are similar. Okay, this is a hack you have to develop in real mains paper, because most of the time we are not prepared to write what intro or what conclusion will be. We can derive the language for introduction from the question itself. See, the RPA 1951 defines corrupt practices. Here is also written the same thing, but the language is different. Okay, little bit changes is there. The only thing, this part, okay, the narrow scope raises question, this part has been added. Otherwise rest of the language in the introduction are from the question itself. Okay, and this thing qualifies that the candidate is aware about this thing. Okay, because yes, there is corrupt practices defined in the RPA, but still the definition is narrow, so that it gives chance for legislatures, for to have no increase in assets, undue influence, and no punishment for this. So the narrow scope raises questions key whether this disproportionate income will be classified as corrupt practices or not. Okay, so this is the introduction. So these connectors or hook lines you must understand, okay, or must keep in mind. If we go further, we can develop such practice. Here I have given across the GS papers how we can practice for such connector lines. Like question has been given and you have to derive the intro from the question language, but the little addition from your side will be that hook line. Okay, suppose see here it has been asked ki revolt of 1857 not merely a mutiny but a national struggle. Okay, it is the question. The same thing you will write in the intro, what with like what is the hidden thing it has been asked. Okay, you have to use that hidden thing as a connector. Okay, let's see. Here it is written, the revolt of 1857 often termed as India's first major uprising. Same thing was not first India's first major uprising. Okay, against British rule, began as a sepoy mutiny, but soon transformed into a wider civil rebellion. National struggle, wider civil rebellion. Okay, same thing, but language changes. Okay, the thing that will make the examiner that you understand the question is that here, because however the limited geographical spread and the absence of unified leadership, okay, this thing makes it debatable that whether this revolt of 1857 is a mutiny or more than mutiny, that it will fall under the bracket national struggle. Okay, this thing, geographical spread was limited. Okay, our absence of leadership. Okay, and much like in if you observe that in CDM, civil disobedience movement, non-cooperation movement, there you will see unified leadership, but here no particular leadership. Okay, revolt is happening in patch and patches. So that's the thing making the historians debated around ki whether it was a mutiny or national struggle. Are you getting me? Let's have another question. Suppose globalization has led to cultural homogenization, but it has also strengthened local identities. Here it is saying that globalization has impact. It can lead to homogenization. Also, it can strengthen the local identity. It can also strengthen local identity. Both thing can happen through globalization. The same thing has been written in the intro part. Okay, globalization by integrating markets and communication has facilitated the exchange of culture worldwide. Cultural homogenization. Yes, while it promotes uniform global trends, it also receives local identities, revives local identities, seeking to preserve the uniqueness amid sameness. See, observe this thing. Globalization had led to cultural homogenization. Yes, while it promotes uniform global trends, homogenization, language change, uniform global trend, it also revives local identities, strengthened local identities, revives local identities, only language change. Okay, seeking to preserve uniqueness amid sameness. This thing makes the difference. Okay, key that you have proper understanding. Seeking to preserve uniqueness amid sameness. Homogenization leads to sameness. Okay, but strengthening local identities, it talks about that yes, we are preserving the uniqueness amidst sameness. Okay, so similarly here we can observe also in these three questions you can also find that how the intro language has been tweaked to write the the question language has been changed for the introduction, and addition of hook line makes the intro perfect. Okay, so you can observe on your own. Let's move to the question. We just talked introduction. Let's look at the body part. In the body part, what we will address, that what are the corrupt practices under RPA 1951. The model answer has given these are the corrupt practices. Okay, so we will not go to line by line. What I will tell you, that how you can remember. See the section 123 clause 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Okay, so section 123 clause 1 to clause 6 defines the corrupt practices. Okay, so here our purpose will be that how we will remember these things. Okay, because once it has been asked, may ask in different form, or you can use such corrupt practices while writing any question on election reform or anything. Okay, so remember this thing. So I will help you how you can remember it. Okay, see, this is a mnemonics picture. You just no listen it as a story. Suppose this is the candidate from a party A or B, and he wants to influence the voters. So first what he will do, he will give bribery. Okay, bribes to influence the voters, but he failed in bribe, so he choose the further step like undue influence. Okay, but still it doesn't work, or it could not no influence all of the voters. Then what he did, he said he used the religion card, ki I am from this religion and you are also from this religion, so don't vote for other religion candidates. Okay, vote for me, something like this. So he played the religion card. Okay, finally what happened, कि still some voters are not in a mood to vote him. So what he did, he started to give false statement about the opposite candidate. Okay, false statement, and this is how the election day came. So what he did, he arranged vehicles so that voters can commute to the polling station where they can cast their vote. Okay, so can you imagine that all these things, bribery, campaign against religion, arranging vehicles, okay, false statement in newspaper, all these things will require some expenditure. Okay, and this expenditure lead to exceeding of expenditure limits. Okay, exceeding expenditure limits. Okay, so let's see. So corrupt practices under RPA 1951, section 123 123 clause 1 to clause 6. So remember like this, as I said, remember so in a sequence, so that you can use the sections like first bribery. Okay, then undue influence, clause 2, clause 3 religion. Okay, clause 4 false statement. Okay, false statement, clause 4, clause 5 vehicle, clause 6 your exceeding expenditure. Okay, so you can read further for better clarification. Okay, I just helped you how to remember these things. Okay, so next part is in the body part. Next what we will do, we will try to analyze whether these disproportionate income will fall under corrupt practices or not. First we will say ki yes, it will fall under corrupt practices. How it influence the voter interference. Okay, see, bribery through cash for votes. Okay, these are the keywords must be seen in your answers. Okay, bribery through cash for votes. If unexplained assets, okay, unexplained assets are used to fund bribes to voters, it becomes a bribery. Okay, so increase in assets disproportionate to his income, his or her income. Okay, so that will be called as unexplained assets. Okay, unexplained assets, and if it is using to bribe the voters, obviously that will fall under corrupt practices. Okay. Threats or coercion: if the wealth is used to threaten or coerce or buy off community leaders, obviously it will be a corrupt practice. Okay. These are the simple points. Gifts by agents: if associates deploy the assets to distribute inducements, gifts like scooty, okay, refrigerator, then it is a corrupt practices. Okay. For funded defamation: if the money finances fake news like false statements, fake news or defamatory material, then obviously that unexplained assets will be considered as corrupt practices. Okay, so these are the simple points you have to write in simple sentence. Okay. So this is how we could explain ki unexplained asset or a disproportionate income will fall under corrupt practices if those unexplained assets involves in influencing the voters. Okay. On the other side, we can argue that no, not by itself is a corrupt practices under RPA. Okay. Only asset rise, mere increase in the assets of the MLA or MP, even in even large amount, or all of sudden there is increase in money or assets, not automatically will undue influence. Okay. Increase in, suppose your salary, you got a salary hike. Okay. Automatically it will not lead to ki you will have a undue influence in your society, nothing like this. Okay. No interference in voters will. Undue influence requires interference with the voters free will. Asset growth alone does not show that. Okay. Undue influence can interfere in voters free will, but asset growth alone, okay, mere increase in asset growth will not lead to like interference in voters free will. Out of domain: disproportionate assets are primarily an issue under anti-corruption or Benami Act, income tax prevention of corruption act. Okay. Not per se it is a RPA or it is a corrupt practices under RPA. Okay. It may not necessarily it will fall under the domain of RPA 1951. It may come under mere in unexplained assets may come under Anti-Corruption Act. Okay. Benami Act, Income Tax Act. Okay. This is how we can deny that in a mere increase in asset is not a corrupt practices. Okay. Evidence: without proof, okay, that the wealth was used to bribe, coerce or otherwise manipulate voters, it will not qualify as a corrupt practices. Okay. If you don't, it is very difficult to prove that the unexplained assets has been used to influence the free will of the voters. No proof, not a corrupt practices under RPA 1951. Okay. So first we talk about the intro, the hook line. Okay. Then in the body part we explained what are the corrupt practices. Then in the while analyzing this, first we argued that yes, it is a corrupt practices, then no. Finally the conclusion part. Okay. Conclusion part: the RPA keeps elections free and fair by stopping by bribery, threats and lies that distort voters' choice and results. It protects voters' freedom and ensures clean contests. Okay. Clean contests, these are keywords. Okay, let me highlight these in yellow. Clean contests that reflect the genuine public will, eventually holding democratic values intact. Okay. The same thing in the body part. Some we have explained everything. So in the conclusion you can summarize this thing. Okay. So I hope you found this video helpful. Okay. If you found this video helpful, please like this video. Okay. In another video we'll discuss the question number 2 from the GS paper 2. held in 2025. Okay.